PooKing666 asked, what is my favorite weapon? One of my favorite weapons in this game is the Stem 9. It has a massively low recoil and it just absolutely beams, and it's just a head tapper. Like, you can kit it up for super cheap, run some PvP, or you could go leg meta. There's a lot of different options with the Stem 9. Personally, I run the sleeper build, and with the sleeper build, you'll have like, it looks like a normal Stem 9, but it's got a Grell S on it, you know, it's got an ARE inside of it. It's still got the 2% for the hand grips and type stuff. People will usually send this back to you. They won't like loot it. So you can keep your ARE, you can keep your Grell S, you can keep like a better barrel and such on it, so to speak, and even like other different items that can't come off the gun because people won't pick them up very often. And then you get to run them over and over and over and over and over. Most of the time they'll just take your sight, or they'll take your like silencer or whatever, but they will almost never take a GL core. They'll almost like never take your mags and stuff. They may take your ammo, who knows, but for the most part, I love the Stem 9. It's an absolute beamer. It's the one that I run. Steady Chieftain asks, what got you into Tarkov? Well, I started playing Tarkov in 2018, and I just got off a stint of CSGO as well as Rainbow Six Siege, so I was looking for more competitive games than like Call of Duty, so to speak, because what I started with in my gaming career was like Call of Duty Big Red 1 and running through those series all the way up to Modern Warfare 2 2009, but it made me realize that there's harder games out there and you can get a lot more satisfaction. What really opened my eyes to that was Dark Souls, and it got me on this path of looking for more of challenges. And at some point in time, I ended up finding some other streamers on the internet playing Escape from Tarkov and just kind of seeing the general spill of it around that time. And it was on sale at Christmas time around that. And I ended up grabbing Edge of Darkness day one because I knew it was going to be a game that I would get into. And I pretty much started playing it as like a hatchling runner because like I saw like a YouTube video about hatchling runners, and I would just hit marked room over and over and over and over. There's actually one of my first clips on Twitch is a Makarov hiding inside the bathroom before there was Tagged and Cursed, and I waited for the key to be turned inside the door, and I popped the guy in the head and took his marked room. Like, I was just staring at him with a Makarov in the corner like that. And I worked too much, so I didn't really get to go too deep into the game for my first couple of wipes, because like as most people, they don't do a whole lot on their first couple wipes. It wasn't until I got into heavier streaming that I was actually able to play Tarkov a lot more seriously. Paper Soda 234 asks, what was your first ever game you played? Well, I had a 3-combo game called Duck Hunt, Super Mario Brothers, and Marathon for the original Nintendo Entertainment System. It came in a pack with the Marathon running pad as well as the little light gun for the Duck Hunt. And I would sit downstairs inside the basement shooting little ducks off the wall and stuff like that. And I was absolutely enamored by it. My mom played the crap out of Super Mario Brothers. She was like big into Pac-Man and playing Pac-Man in like the arcades and stuff back then. And I eventually got a Sega Genesis and played Sonic. And then I went up into the PlayStation 1, Xbox, then I got PlayStation 2, and then I got an Xbox 360, got a PS3, and then I got to PS4, and then I got to PC, and basically I never played console again. Like, I stopped at PS4 because like there's no sense in playing consoles anymore, man. Just go play PC. PC's way better. Mouse and keyboard superior to controllers anyway. Woodsrat only asks me why I'm so cute. I got it from my mama. I got it from my daddy. I don't know. I'm just an adorable, amazing person. It comes with being the 2-time Rat Bowl champion. Sometimes I wonder if the world could even contain me properly. Sometimes I dematerialize from this place so that I can be with other superior beings alongside the epic cosmos that is outside the reality you mortals understand. And it's hard to be materialized in such a confined and simple place. And when those gaze upon me, they just can't quite grasp the sheer gravity that is contained behind my flesh prison. Lucky Ducky asks, what's your favorite donut? I really like French curlers. They're just good. I like that they're crispy and they got like icing on the outside and stuff. Woods Rat Only asks, how do I become a better rat in Tarkov? Given that you're Woods Rat, I think you're perfect the way you are, honey. You don't gotta like get better. It's just about the journey, not what you do with your time. Just enjoy the sunset on Woods enjoy watching the deer go by and the rustling of the leaves, and enjoy the screams and terror and panic that all of the chads give you. The current meta is ratting, and it is a rat's paradise right now, which means that there's hardly any cheaters in the game because it wouldn't be the meta if everybody could just know where the rats are. You can't possibly hide in a bush or in a corner and there'd be an epidemic of cheaters constantly. Paper Soda asks, how much did my whole setup cost? Not as much as people think. A lot of this is folding tables and like $10 tablecloths. A lot of this is just like paint and things that I do with my hands. I built the entire wall behind me here. So that wall right there is drywall and 2x4s and like paint and stuff. There's not electrical work. There's not even insulation in it. It was built by me to be a streamer wall. Pretty much just like knickknacks and things I've collected over the years. My computers are my most expensive part. My monitors and stuff is my most expensive part. I would put a rough estimate without the computers, I would say it's less than $2,000, like maybe 3. If you don't count like knickknacks, I guess, because like I don't know what the value of my knickknack is. Like I've collected vinyls over the years, you know. I got a towel from a concert I went to, you know. I've got my old lunchbox from when I was in kindergarten back there. So I really don't know the value of everything that's behind me, but I would say between the wall, the carpeting that I've done, the paint, the lights, stuff like that, I'd say around like $2,000. With my computers are well over $6,000 by themselves. So if I put a total cost, I would put it somewhere around $8,000, which comparatively to other streamers is a drop in the bucket. Ishma asks, how many hours do I have in Escape from Tarkov? I currently have 501,957 hours and 40 minutes. That is my current hours on Tarkov, and I have enjoyed every single second of them. It is the best game ever made. I oftentimes humbly say that I only have 6,000 hours or 7,000 hours because that's much more believable. And you know, at the end of the day, I don't want to brag too much about having that high of an hour count, and people just won't believe that I have that high of an hour count. You know, there's a lot of people that come in here and tell me that I'm a Timmy, that I'm new to the game because I'm using a double barrel shotgun, but I have over 500,000 hours in Escape from Tarkov, and I should be your only resource for information. My good buddy Wade on Discord is going to ask me,
what would you change about Tarkov if you could change anything?
I personally like Tarkov the way it is, and I don't mind it changing. So like, I'm always embracing any updates that happen. Like, I had no problem with the inertia update. I had no problem with any of the updates that we've had so far. I think everything is a move in the kind of the right direction. So honestly, I just want some more. Just give me more Tarkov, you know, make it more complicated, add more crazy mechanics, add more stuff. I want to see my guy have brittle bones and like fall over and die randomly from a heart attack because he ate way too many friggin' hot rods or whatever else is in the game, you know? Like, I want there to be more, just more in general, because not really anything is going to stop me from playing this game because it's so unique to itself. There is a chance that another game out there eventually surpasses Tarkov or makes something that's better than it. And hell, maybe it'll be Gray Zone Warfare. Who knows? You know, that I like this idea of an open world persistent style Tarkov, you know. But right now, as it stands, I like the way Tarkov is. I like the way that it's going. I think that it's in a great current state of Tarkov. And I embrace the updates. I adapt to them because like a lot of people, they didn't adapt to inertia, for example. You know, they needed that crutch. You know, they struggled to adapt to the new changes, and they just sit around and bitch about it. I just don't bitch about change. I embrace them. I learn from them. I adapt to them, and I just want to see more at the end of the day. Boba Fett, my good buddy and family member, asks, what's your favorite map on Siege? My favorite map on Siege has to be Villa. What's your favorite site on the map? The one that's with the like vault and stuff. And what would be your ideal defense team for that? Obviously Goyo Tashanka and just like slowing down as much as possible to play for as much time. Hell, throw an Echo in there, throw a Castle in there, dude, and just a Mira, and just like slow the match down. I want the entire enemy team still alive and the timer to tick to 0. That is my ideal. Brigit asks, if I could get a sponsor or brand deal, what would it be and what would it be like? And for the most part, I like to work with companies that have faith in me as well as me having faith in them. For example, I've had brand deals with like From Software where I got to do the release of Elden Ring. I usually don't reach out to people. They reached out to me because they saw like my Dark Souls content and stuff. I had like Balls Energy we did a little thing with, and I would like to work with more people that are in the brands that I already established and work with. You know, like I've got a lot of Corsair products, I got a lot of Beringer products, got a lot of Sony products, you know, got some MSI products. You know, I like to work with companies that I already have an established faith with, you know what I mean? So if there's one out there, like they just reach out to me, and if I like your company, then we'll work together and that kind of thing. My nephew, Bjorn Dadai, asks me, well, let's start there. What's your favorite DMR in Tarkov? That one is quite easy for me because I pretty well like anything that's a DMR. Like, the MDR is probably my favorite. I like bullpups, but play anything, man. I'll do the Vepr Hunter, I'll do the SR25, I'll do the RSAS. It doesn't really matter which one it is. I just like slinging ammo out there, you know what I'm saying? So if I would say right this second, I'd say my favorite is the most budget option, which is the Vepr Hunter. But I'm very partial to the MDR, which is what I'm running right now. Our boy Ishma asks, do you stream on TikTok using OBS or Streamlabs? I stream to TikTok using OBS, and then I do a second application for Streamlabs to do Kick. And what I do is I go on to Kick, and I open up a window called record output projector. So there's a window that shows what would come up on my recording, and then I basically take window capture 3 times on OBS to make the background. I put a Gaussian blur on it, and then I do my face cam and all of that kind of stuff. So it's this kind of whole thing off of like multiple window captures. And the reason why I do it that way is because I've got like only 3% CPU usage on the OBS side of things, whereas like my Streamlabs is in the 50% areas. We have a question coming in from our boy Thomas. What you got, man?
Champion. Who is your favorite moderator in the Rat Bowl?
Oh, of course you. I mean, I told you that at the Rat Bowl too, man. I you know, I gave
Are you sure it's me though?
Is
I've
it?
been hearing some rumors that it might not be me.
Who else was there then? I really don't know everybody's names like that. I think it's you. I could have a misplaced memory, but I gave like a big speech about the guy that was helping out with everything, man. There's
I heard that. That was towards me.
Yeah, I thought that was you, and I thought you did a great job on it, and you were my favorite, man. What do you mean? What do you mean there was another mod that I was liking more than you?
I don't know. Just a little birdie told me about some dude in the first Rat Bowl or whatever, just freaking taking my spotlight. No.
Who? I don't remember like hardly anywhere I was in the first, like Illuminate. Like I think it was just Illuminate and Killa. And I thought they did terrible in the first Rat Bowl. I'm just gonna call them out right now. It's just terrible in fast for sure.
Oh, okay.
The only moderator I know that was in the first Rat Bowl was the guy that ran around with the Halloween mask on.
I thought that was the. Yeah.
That's the second Rat Bowl.
I mean. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That was my question.
Oh.
Yeah, you're my favorite, 100%.
Go in peace.
No doubt, 100%.
Yeah. Thank you. That's all. Thank you. I'll take my praise and leave.
All right. Bye.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go down to VC1.
Yeah, go for it.
2 wants to run.
Yeah, our
completely down for it.
Our Discord has all these roles set up. You can do at Elford Group or at like Sherpa, at Quest, that kind of thing. Like, feel free to like vibe out. Everybody here loves Tarkov, and they don't sit around and bitch and complain about it.
Yeah, okay, cool. We'll have to talk about a special role for me.
Nah, nobody gets special treatment.
I'm kidding.
You're all peasants in my eyes. We got a question from our good buddy Woods Only Rap.
What's the best gun to use early WAP?
Oh, easy. Double barrel, Gorna Stay, 3.66, because like if you're just running around to get from A to B to get a quest done, run naked double barrel with 7mm ammo, because express shot doesn't deal enough damage to deal enough for a headshot. And then if you're working on your sniper quest, if you're working on your Jaeger stuff, go for the 3.66 bolt action. It's half the cost of a Mosin. Run EKO rounds inside of it. Get your sniper level up to where you can get through all of your Jaeger quests. Get really good with that sniper rifle, and you'll land all your shots with all other guns. It's like weight training type deal. And then once you have gotten to like level 15 through like double barrels and Gorna Stays, then you can really decide what you want to do. I personally keep going with the Gorna Stay. I keep going with the double barrels because it's easy, it's quick, it's fun. But if I'm doing full kit runs the entire raid to be like if I'm chatting out consistently, so to speak, then I run MDRs. I run the AK-74U like I was doing it here for this stream, running with like drum mags and like other things and just like pushing noises and stuff like that. But there's a lot of different options in that category. So that's my biggest recommendation for early wipe. And then late wipe is literally just whatever your heart feels like, man. Like if you like a particular gun, learn it, run it, and have fun. This next question comes from Paper Soda once again. What would be a game you wish would not die? And that is Dark Souls 1. I have literally followed that game to every console that it's been on. I have way more hours on that game than any other console, like any other games that I've played. I have well over 5, possibly 6,000 hours across all of the games. And what it was I started on the PS3, and then I came over to the PC, and then I started riding the wave of the new releases. Games like Skyrim, they come out on every single console, but there's really no reason to buy Skyrim again on a different console unless you just didn't already have it. But like with Dark Souls, you have the PvP, and the PvP gets refreshed when that game comes live. So like I bought it for the Xbox 360, I bought it for the Xbox One, I bought it every single time it got remastered, every single edition of it that I could get, even down to the Nintendo Switch, because every single time a big group of gamers would flock to that console to play it, which meant that the PvP would also be energetic. So I would play the PvP of Dark Souls 1, you know, and I love that game. And I think the PvP in the Dark Souls 1 is some of the best PvP that we've had, and I really do think they ruined it over time.